Hello all, thank you for tuning in. We'll fix it team, guys. Yeah. All right, another installment of a quick video to maybe help somebody doing something on their own. And this is definitely a do-it-yourself video for somebody who's just trying to save a few bucks. Let me show you how we're going to change this gauge cluster out in this 2006 Toyota Sequoia, which the Forerunner, very similar. Okay, let's get started. Using some very basic tools, just some stuff I can use if I need to kind of get behind something to pry a little bit very gently. Flathead screwdriver. I didn't need any of the 10mm sockets, but I just grabbed that stuff. I've got an electric handheld ratchety thingy, but a small stubby Phillips headed screwdriver will do us wonders. Okay, we're looking at the gauge cluster, and it's not, the key is not even on, the battery is disconnected, and normally we wouldn't even see our oil pressure over here. Like, it's usually it has a place that's not that low. That's really weird. That's down further than it should be. If you look over here, you can see that this is way off, and so is that. And I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure that maybe at some point, for some odd reason, the gauges had to be. I've seen this happen when they you do something to make them peg out. Somebody's been fooling with the battery. Maybe I don't know. There's no telling what caused everything to get out of a whack like that. I have taken the gauge clusters out, pulled the faceplate off, and then repositioned the needles back into the original spot where they look like they're kind of close where they're supposed to be at, and would work. But I got a gauge cluster relatively cheap, already ready to go. It was a used unit off a low mileage vehicle. I knew the people. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this gauge cluster and just change it out for a good working one, so we don't spend all that time doing that and not fix it. So and what we've got here is, you'll see right up here, there's a place for a screw. There's a place right up here for a screw. You'll remove those, or Phillips headed screws. You can use a short stubby Phillips headed screwdriver. And once you do that, I've already got this partially moved. I said, I should put a video up, because I don't know that there's much of this content. This normally goes in behind this a little bit, and it'll pop out of there, but I didn't. Instead of taking this whole piece down, I just popped it loose so I could get it forward enough to get it off of that lip. And then it just kind of gently lifts from the bottom out. We can remove it, and there we have that out of the way. Next up is the actual gauge cluster itself, and there's a Phillips headed screw right here, and it's actually originally factory like that. And there's a Phillips headed screw up here. And some of the models did have them here and here, but this one didn't. I don't know if somebody was in here working already, but they might have had it out trying to mess with it. So it could be a screw that's just missing. But what we're going to do is just lift. Once you get the screws out from around, we'll lift from the bottom, tilt it in. It'll slide out towards you. There's a plug-in on the top. Or I'm sorry, on the back side, top back. We'll get those unplugged, and the gauge cluster is out. To release that, there's a pressure point. You just push down and you gently pull back. Same thing, a little pressure point. There you go, right there. And then that removes. And you just reverse procedure. Just tip it back in, put your screws back in, put your piece in. I'm going to take a shop vac and clean this out. It's going to look a lot nicer when I put it back. However, that's removal and replacement of this gauge cluster. Thank you all for tuning in to We'll Fix It Team. Quick little video to help somebody doing something on the side. Have a good one, and I'm out.